And welcome to Fourth and Pain, the only pro wrestling show to be hosted by an NFL player and a weight loss champion. He's Redskins defensive end Adam Carriker.
Holla.
I'm former wrestling announcer turned weight loss champion Chuck Carroll. This is Fourth and Pain. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Fourth and Pain. Like us on Facebook, and whatever else you do, have lunch with us each and every weekday at noon. Fourthandpain.com. Brand new content up there, new shows, low calorie, high energy. Adam, very excited. Let's dive right into this. A lot to discuss this week. As always, we bring in friend of the show,
Dumb man, Bill Goldberg. Sorry, I cut you off. I apologize. Bill Goldberg, dumb man.
How you doing, Goldberg?
Oh, well, I'm doing great, guys. All I can say is Chris Isaac Saturday, Snoop Dogg Monday, and Tuesday. And here we are. So
Well, we
I'm still
appreciate.
kicking, still breathing, man. Met some good people in the last 5 days in the music industry, but it's not going to preclude or prevent me from my responsibilities as being on your wonderful show.
Well, we appreciate that, and that's how you know you're truly a tough man when you're willing to come on Fourth of Pain despite any physical ailments. So we appreciate it.
You're a good man.
I think I fell in my bathroom or something. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a wonderful day, guys. So,
Dude.
Let's get to it.
I want
Let's do
to
it.
party with you.
Oh, yeah.
But before we get to the picks, Goldberg, I want to ask you a little bit here close to home. Obviously, last week, the entire nation saw RG3 suffer that knee injury. It turns out to be a mild sprain. But, I mean, Goldberg, you had to see this highlighted at least 20, 30 times on SportsCenter. Is it now time for Robert to kind of take a step back and stop playing so recklessly?
It's hard to say that, man. It's tough. Adam can tell you any professional athlete that's being asked to pull back the reins, especially when your livelihood's on the line, the future of your franchise is on the line. Your stock in the hometown, across the country, because you're being watched by everybody. You're the number 2 player at the draft, all the hype. But yeah, man, it's tough. So I don't really believe that he's ever going to tune it down. I believe that he can be put in situations, and he can put himself in situations where he can lessen the risk. But with so much at stake within this last game, who can really blame him for trying to make it happen? So Adam and I, if I do remember correctly, a couple days prior had a conversation about him getting hurt. And, it's just the nature of the beast.
We did, and it's tough because he's a competitor and he's fierce. You got to respect that. At the same time, you got to be smart. I mean, these are grown men up here. It's mini car collisions every time there's a hit. And that being said, this Sunday, you're Mike Shanahan now. You have to make the decision. Would you play Robert? He comes to you. He says, I'm ready to go. You know what just happened last Sunday. Would you play him or would you hold him out if you were the coach of the Redskins this week?
Well, if I had the benefit of speaking to the trainers and the doctors and not have the filter that it goes through 50,000 times to the media where people really don't know what's going on, then, I could make that assumption and I could make that decision. But, I mean, without Adam.
Let's say they say he's 85%. He's not 90, but he's not, he's not an A, but he can play, but he's 85 to 80%. That's what the trainers tell you.
I'd say start him. Change your game plan. Maybe see how the game progresses. Obviously, the most important thing is his health at that point. You don't risk his health and the future of the franchise, for acquiring first place in your division. At the end of the day, there's some things more important than others. And we're talking about the future. But and it's not as if his backup, isn't qualified also. So I believe it's a situation to where you go for broke, you start him maybe, and then you see how he feels, you see how the game progresses. But like I say, it's totally dependent upon that 100% true doctor evaluation, and that's something that only Shanahan and guys like you know. So.
How do you see this game playing out? Let's say Robert doesn't play. Let's say Kirk goes in. Kirk Cousins goes in. He's a rookie. He's played well the couple times he's been able to play. And I don't want to put you in a position to be a heel in the fans of the Redskins' eyes. Just an objective opinion. Do you think the Redskins will win the game if Robert does not start?
Well, they're playing, Cleveland, and like you said, since Cleveland's, on a roll, shall we say, they're still not up in the upper tier of the quality of teams in the NFL, in my belief. So Yeah, I don't think it's a stretch with the second-string quarterback to go out and have the Redskins beat Cleveland. So I'm going to go, yes, the Redskins are going to win. I believe that there's too much at stake for them, for you guys. I believe you understand the importance of what's going on. The fans understand it. You know, it's not necessarily a turning point in the franchise's stature, but it's a telling tale. You know, it's actually a definition of heart and having the skins and having you guys, you know, be able to dig deep and really perform, you know, under these circumstances. So test your character more so than anything, I believe, at this point. So
We're speaking
I have
with
faith, man.
We're speaking with Goldberg here on 4th and Pain. And guys, I want to divert our attention away from Washington and now out to the national picture. Let's do like we do every week and pick some games. And Goldberg, we're going to begin with the Sunday nighter, the San Francisco 49ers traveling east to take on the New England Patriots. As the guest, you get first pick. How do you see this one, sir?
Patriots absolutely handed it to my Texans last weekend, man.
Oh, man.
So I believe that there's nothing but an upward spiral for the Patriots, man. I don't believe I don't even believe it's going to be that close. I'm going to go Patriots.
Tom Brady with the hot hand. Adam, how do you see this?
I saw this fact on SportsCenter, so it'll kind of make me sound smart. Over the past, I believe it's 5 seasons, the Patriots are 23-2 at home in December.
Wow.
That's amazing. That and the 49ers don't even know who their starting quarterback is at this point, so I'm going to go Patriots.
How does your wife see this one?
Oh, I apologize. We are going to announce her picks, and she has the Patriots. Oh, by the way, she says, because we all three picked the Texans, she picked the Patriots. She said, thank you guys for making me look like a genius last week.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and make this one unanimous, and it's just going to be a clean sweep for the Patriots. Turning our attention now to the Monday night game, a little bit lackluster, taking absolutely something away from both the New York Jets and the Tennessee Titans. Adam, we'll start with you here. Who wins this one?
I mean, I flipped a coin, and it landed heads, and I said heads was Jets, so I'm going with the Jets, I guess.
And your wife?
She is also going with the Jets.
All right, Goldberg, are you going to go with the home field advantage Tennessee Titans, or are you going with Tebow, Sanchez, and the New York Jets?
Man, I gotta go. I gotta go with the Titans. I mean, it's a game that obviously, it doesn't hold my interest at the highest level by any stretch. But I'm a Georgia Bulldog, dude. I can't go with Tebow.
Now, this is definitely either a wrestling or NBA night for me, but for the sake of argument here, I'm going with the Jets.
Did you catch that? He's picking the Titans because he can't pick a team that has a Florida Gator on it. Did you catch that? I didn't want to let that go by.
No, not a Florida Gator. You know, the front and center.
Oh,
Florida
the
Gator.
Florida Gator. Okay, I got you. All right.
Hey, and I just, you know, I bleed red and black, dude. It's like you going. I don't know. I have ingrained hatred for the Gators, man.
I can't argue there.
As
the
every
rivalry, the turf wars. You remember it?
Oh, absolutely.
Nebraska, Oklahoma, back in the day.
As every Bulldog does that I've ever talked to.
All right, boys. Well, let's save the college talk for just a little bit. Turn our attention now to the upset pick, a full slate of games. Goldberg, is there anybody out there that you think is going to come away with a victory this weekend that on paper they shouldn't do it?
You know, it's a tough week all around, I believe. Who's favored in the Steelers game?
I believe the Steelers are going up against.
Let me look. The Steelers are favored by 2 at Dallas.
There you go.
You can't pick the Cowboys. You're on a Redskins show, man.
Yeah, I can't pick the Cowboys. That's impossible.
How are the Steelers?
How about
favored?
how about the Bucks and Saints?
Buccaneers and Saints? How's that spread looking there?
The Bucks and Saints. The Saints are favored by 3 in New Orleans.
There you go. I'll go with the Bucks.
All right. Goldberg's going with the Bucks. Adam, what about you?
Yeah, lots of thought in that one, guys.
I know. I like it.
That's
I like
hard-hitting analysis.
Of course, you got to pick right last week that I picked the game. I picked the team that's heavily favored, and then you still get it right because they lay an egg. Thanks a lot, Ben Roethlisberger. I got Minnesota upending the Rams.
And the missus?
She has the same game.
And I'm going to go with Minnesota over St. Louis as well. We did not talk about this beforehand, I promise you. Lock pick time. Adam, we'll start with you and the missus. Who is your lock of the week?
Houston over the Colts, even though Houston just lost by 4,000 points, and she is going with Oakland over the Chiefs.
Okay. That's a ballsy pick. Oakland is just
That's what
not
I thought.
doing good things.
Well, it's the Chiefs.
Good for her. Goldberg, what about you? Your lock pick?
Houston Colts, man. Houston has got to redeem themselves immediately.
There you go. Houston Texans. And for me, this was actually a no-brainer. Seattle over Buffalo. I mean, there's just absolutely no way the Bills are coming away victorious.
It's
on
not
this one.
in Seattle. They're not the same team when they're not in Seattle. I thought about it, but that's why I didn't go with them.
I don't care. I don't care.
You
This
don't
is
care.
a lock pick,
Glorious.
and I got to make up some ground anyway.
You do.
Dual pick, Goldberg. You and I going head-to-head, so my challenge for you, my good man, New York Giants at Atlanta Falcons. How do you see this one?
Got to go Falcons.
I figured you would. And would you care to
So
reciprocate?
you're going Giants.
Well,
You're going. Yeah, let's go same game, and you pick Giants. Have some cojones.
Yeah, especially since you didn't own up to the bet, but we'll get to that in a sec.
yeah.
Exactly. That was my segue.
Again, I was hoping to avoid this altogether, but we'll circle back. Adam, let's get you and your wife's picks real quick, and then we'll circle back, and you guys can make me look bad.
She wants me to pick between New Orleans and Tampa. I got the Saints. I told her to pick between Pittsburgh and Dallas, and she went with the Berg and the Fighting Roethlisbergers.
The Fighting Roethlisbergers.
Now, let's get back to you being a yellow-bellied chicken.
All right. Well, guys, we're almost out of time here, so let's make this quick. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. I just woke up one morning, and it was the morning I was supposed to pay off the bet. I had your trunks in hand.
Buck.
And I just looked in the mirror, and I said, Chuck, if you do this, you're probably never going to be a respected journalist again. So you just got to back down, eat a little bit of crow. It's for the good of your career. Don't do this. So, yeah, I'm a chicken. I'm a 100% chicken. I'm not a man of my word. I should have done it, but I didn't, and I'm not going to.
Now you're at Goldberg's mercy. You're at his mercy.
You know what? I'll tell you what, dude. If you would have owned up and just said, hey, man, I'm not going to do it because I think I might lose my job, instead of losing your integrity, I might have, I might have been a little more lenient on you as to what I'm going to make you do now.
Oh, it's on.
But I'll tell you what, you just jumped right in a pile of that stuff. And,
you could say it.
man, you didn't want to hurt your rep. You weren't worried about your job being lost. Now, what do you think about that, Adam?
Well, I mean, the guy, he's spineless, he's short, he's a dwarf, and he doesn't honor his word. What else can I say about him? He's not even very good at the radio show. I have to carry the whole show on my back by myself.
You are nothing.
So eloquently.
Well, here's what we'll do. We're running out of time, but we'll let you go. But next week, we'll give you a week. Think of what you want to make Chuck do, and let us know next week.
Yeah, and here's what I will say about this. Seriously, anything you want to do outside of the gates of Redskins Park, I am fair game. You let me know. I will go streaking through the quad to the gymnasium. Maybe stop at KFC. I don't know if there's going to be enough time. But the bottom line is, whatever it is, you want to do, I'm going to be game as long as it doesn't get me arrested. That's the only caveat. Have fun with this. Dream up something fantastic, and I'll be more than happy to do it. I'll be more than happy to do it.
You know what I'd like to do also? I'd like to enlist the help of our listeners and have them, email in ideas.
Oh, be ruthless. Be sick. Be disgusting.
And Adam and I will pick the top two, and send them a little gift.
I like it.
And we'll see if it figures into what we have you do, man. But yeah, I cannot wait till next week.
I like it. Tweet us at Fourth of Pain. Hit us at Fourth and Pain on Facebook. I am at Adam Carriker 94. Feel free to DM me, tweet me, let me know what you want to make Chuck do.
Yeah, I guarantee if you guys put that out there on Twitter on your accounts, you're going to get 1,000,001 suggestions.
Let's do it.
None of which I'm going to be looking forward to.
Let's do it.
So
yep, and you know what? At Goldberg too, send me the most outrageous one.
I like it. I like it.
All right, guys. Well, on that note, we are fresh out of time. I'm Chuck Carroll. Thank you so very much for believing in our weirdness.
I'm Adam Carriker. I've got the largest arms on the D line. Peace out, Fourth and Painters.
Thanks, Goldberg.